Our next story is about the worsening humanitarian crisis in Yemen, where several people have died after they attempted to get a few dollars worth of charity handouts. This comes as the country completes nearly a decade of the civil war. This is the price of the civil war, the level of desperation and hunger on the ground. How severe hunger is driving people towards self-destruction. Yemen's capital Sana'a witnessed citizens of the war-torn nation flocking to receive charity handouts from local merchants. But what was meant to be a peaceful distribution turned into a chaotic scene for dozens of people, packed tightly together, unable to move, screaming for help. Some people stretching out their arms in hopes of survival, while the visuals show shoes and slippers heaped into piles. These were citizens looking to receive a small sum of money just days before the Muslim holiday of Eid al-Fitr, which marks the end of the holy month of Ramzan. This might sound shocking, but the crowd of hundreds gathered there to gather a donation of nearly $9 per person. It can certainly be considered a crisis when over 80 people sacrificed their lives for merely $9. That is how bad the hunger crisis is in the country. What is the current status? The dead and the injured have been transferred to hospitals, while the head of the Houthi Supreme Political Council has ordered an investigation into the incident. The Houthi-run General Authority for Zakat has announced that it will be providing around $4,000 for the victims and up to $800 for those injured. A stampede driven by despair, driven by people who just wanted something to eat, could be the result of a war which has created a culture of death and sadness as it continues to completes a decade. The country's conflict started in 2014 when Houthi forces toppled the Saudi-backed government. This spiraled into a wider war when a Saudi-led coalition intervened to lash back at the Houthis. Eventually, it became a proxy war. The UN describes the situation in Yemen as the worst humanitarian crisis in the world. But this gruesome stampede is not an isolated incident. A severe economic crisis has also brought Pakistan to its knees. We've been telling you about this, just how bad the situation on the ground is. The crisis-hit country is not able to feed its citizens. And Pakistan's attempts at distributing free flour resulted in multiple stampedes and in the deaths of innocent, starving citizens. The brunt of the economic turmoil can be felt as over 20 people have been killed in stampedes since the start of the fasting month of Ramzan. Recently, at least 12 people were killed in a crowd crush. This was at a factory distributing food for Ramzan. Pakistan has witnessed a series of stampedes, and this is not surprising as the country spirals downwards when it comes to debt, while it hopes to unlock another additional fund of $3 billion from the IMF. The citizens continue to pay the price, and they question just how long will it take for their situation to improve. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.